Chair, before you move, there is an immaterial amendment that may not necessitate the formality of amending, but Charles Trout should be Stephen Trout on the second resolve.
So just a friendly amendment, you want to change Stephen Trout?
Should be Stephen Trout, yes.
No, Charlie didn't learn it. He's interesting person.
All right, thank you. I have a motion from the committee
Yeah,
for
motion.
discussion.
Yeah.
All right, for discussion. Bill, is there anything you wanted to, pretty straightforward, I believe?
Yes, you go through this every 4 years. The half of the board is up, so you see it every 2 years, and the at-large members are approved every 2 years.
Any questions, Jessica?
Yes, I do. Is there, for the alternate, there's still an empty slot then, correct?
That's correct.
Okay, all right. And how many total board members are on that? Is there
15, I believe.
15? Okay.
Any other questions?
So what do we do when we find an alternate? You bring it back?
Well, what we'll do is, this slate will go for the resolution in June. So if you find somebody to fill a slot, we'll bring it back to the committee in the end of June and approve it in July. So
Okay,
it's
very
not a critical crunch, it's just that.
Right, okay, great, thanks.
Anything else? All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Item number 3, resolution determining that the proposed construction operation of the Route 318 sanitation sewer system improvements project is a type 1 action and will not have a significant adverse impact on the environment.
Motion.
Second. Discussion?
We've been going through the process with the project, and we're at that point where it's out. At this point in time, we haven't had any comments on it. Again, the route for the sewer will follow a 318 corridor within the DOT right-of-way, which minimizes any impact on the environment.
Any questions amongst the committee? Full board? Yes, Mr. Town Manager?
Thank you, Chairman. Again, non-material, immaterial, but the 7, whereas, beginning with the Seneca County Board of Supervisors declared themselves a secret lead agency for the project by passing a resolution. I'd like your authority to change that by the numerical designation of the resolution that was passed. So, rather than passing a resolution, put the resolution. So not material, but a little change in verbiage that will make a future search of the center.
Thank you. Take note of that. Any other questions amongst the board members?
As far as no adverse impacts, on the conjoined water line project, we've received notification from DEC that they questioned because we did the generic impact and the rest, the lead agency for our town's portion because we were in DOT right-of-way. They wanted us to make sure that we go off the ponds and the wetlands and the other areas. Sewer's going to run the same. Nice side's running the gas line. Everybody's fighting for the same side of the road. And I really think that perhaps it would do this board justice to meet with the planning board of the town of Junius, and we come up with a plan as to who's going to take what right away, because we all can't be on the same side of the road.
Bill, you want to speak to that at all, or?
He's had a meeting.
Yeah, I'll speak it. Sir, it sounds like a planning question rather than environmental impact. So if we're cleared, if we make the determination there is minimal to no environmental impact, then it's a matter of who gets what side of the road. It's not impacting.
Correct, so then you're going to go by your as-built instead of your engineering design.
Well, we'll need to confer our as-bills with what Junius
Well, I'm just saying right now, before you got anybody out there digging, would be the time to come up with a plan and fix it rather than have to do it twice.
Well, for final design, we'll definitely incorporate Junior's plan as well, the use of environment.
Because in our original water line, we ran into the same discussions running down DOT right with DEC. So Martin and Judas, thinks, oh, it wouldn't be a problem. MRB, oh, it's not going to be a problem. I said, geez, they had a problem with the way back when, so. But they had to make notice of the back turtle. There was 3 or 4 endangered plants, which you're not going to get that far over anyways, but they wanted to raise a concern.
So the sensitive areas, Bill can corroborate this, they're going to be bored. So that's why.
Well, even on boring, like say, under the road, that was section like 3B, F, I got a document that's about that thick, that any of those borings would then dislodge, and you have to make sure that you allow it for the runoffs and maybe, any other thing that might come out of there.
As, seems to me a couple meetings ago, there was a discussion of a meeting that was going to be held with Junius.
That's what I remember.
Has that happened?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so there has been some discussion with Junius. What was the outcome of those meetings?
The presentation was done. There were some comments that were made that Barton and Judas noted to put into the plan. This is two separate issues that we're talking about. This is the environmental that we're going through and what, and I understand what you're saying, but that's the engineering, that's the design, where the pipe is going to go. This is the environmental that's going to affect it. So basically,
Yeah, but if the plan hasn't been finalized, then you don't know where the pipe's going. I don't know if Mr. Wobbs, what he's saying is correct or not, but if he's saying that someone might have to move the pipe or some of their utilities to the other side of the road, then, does this environmental impact seeker process cover all sides of the road?
yes.
It does. Okay, so it covers more than just the proposed,
Well, right, your pipeline is probably about as wide as this table.
correct.
All right? So basically, you've got 90 feet on each side of the road that you're going down through on that map.
So that's the area that's taken into consideration
That's the area that's taken into consideration.
in the seeker process.
Because actually the sewer might shift from one side to the other road to the other to accommodate the water lines and the other lines that are going to be going in there.
Okay.
That's going to be engineered. The environmental is
Covers a wide enough corridor that no matter where it goes, it's
going to be covered. And so basically what you're, again, like I said, you got to take into the Indiana bat, the bog turtle, and all those other issues, and that'll be covered in a swath that goes down through there. The engineered final design will accommodate everybody else that's going to be there. Our engineering will probably take place in 2016 to go out to bid in early winter of 2017.
Does that clarify a little bit for you, Mr. Adams, or?
Well, there were flags placed along 318, everybody assumed it was the water, and it was NICEAG. We have still yet to contact somebody at NICEAG to come up, but they're running a gas line. That's on the same side of the road as MRB's engineered, because they're gonna cross from one side to the other so that they can alleviate some of their problems when they get down to the ponds. The sewer's gonna stop short of there, but you're gonna still come into 2 other wetlands, and you all can't be on the same side of the road. And the preliminary plan for MRB was on the same side as with NICEAG, on that side got flags up, and for Barton and Judas, that was the side they were gonna go with the sewer. And then they would cross-bore back under for the ladder. And I raised this question with Barton and Judas, with MRB. I got that, like I say, contact somebody from NICEAG, but we all can't be in the same space. When we did the original design, we ran water on one side, sewer on the other, so that they wouldn't cross or contaminate.
Well, it does seem to me that we should be able to resolve this sooner than later, right, Bill?
The only thing we're doing...
if we can't all be in the same space, then...
That's correct, and that's an engineering problem.
Right.
Not an environmental impact problem.
Right, you know when that might be discussed, though?
It's being discussed now, is they've had meetings with DOT and
Okay, so it's in
It's
progress.
in progress. I mean, you're talking two separate things. This is for the environmental impact.
Correct. No, I understand that. I'm just trying to address Mr. Wadham's concern as well. And we are keeping Junius in the loop.
Yes.
All right. Any other questions or concerns? Being none, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Passes. Thank you. And Mr. Wadham, if you don't feel you're getting any satisfaction, or if it's not happening, let me know and I'll do what I can.
I will.
All right.
I would refresh you next month.
That sounds good. Appreciate it. Issue 4, Seneca County Board of Supervisors establishes Seneca County Route 318 Corridor Sewer Improvements District.
So moved.
Second.
Bill?
This is the first step in establishing the sewer district. Frank, did you want to add anything to that?
Not really. It's still subject to approval. We have to have the state audit and control department look at it. They're required to look at it once we pass this resolution. I've also contacted the comptroller's office, as we're required to provide them with a copy of the notice of the hearing that's upcoming in 3 weeks. And so this is not the final step in establishing the district, even though it says establishes.
And we had the public hearing on this.
No, we will have it at the June meeting.
Okay. All right, because that third whereas said public hearing was duly noticed and held by the Seneca County Board.
Which will be the case once this is passed by the board. There's also a reference in there to a certificate from the Board of Elections, which has not come to pass yet, but will by the time of the board meeting.
Does this require that the folks that reside within this district, do they have a vote on this as well?
That's exactly the point, is the Board of Elections has to provide us with a certificate stating that there are no voters residing within the district. And that's the purpose of that certificate, so that it is not subject to a permissive referendum.
The folks that live along 318 aren't in that district?
They are not in the district. The district consists solely of the line down the state-owned right-of-way of Route 318. So no one lives in the district. There's only one in-district customer, and that is the outlet.
Okay.
But then later, they can tag into that.
Exactly.
Yep.
Do anything else, Cindy?
No.
Mr. Cronway?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Is it going to be mandatory for the people to hook up to the sewer?
No.
Yeah, that's kind of the point, is so that
You know,
nobody, people are free to do what they want to.
Right.
But nonetheless, I've got to believe most people are going to want that sewer.
At some point.
Right.
All right, any other questions amongst the board? Seeing none, move to a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Carried. Any other issues come before the planning committee? Being none, we stand adjourned. Thank you.